It was all good just a week ago. You go back about a week, 2 weeks. Who's the realest rappers in the world? Who's the realest rappers ever? They're gonna say Gucci Man. They're gonna say Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug is definitely gonna be in the list, right? And just like this, all of this talk, all of this controversy, you see it, people acting like Atlanta's divided. All these different rappers feeling like they're at odds, people not following each other anymore, people having fallouts. Um, One of the biggest headlines this has became in 2025, the Young Thug snitching allegations. All right, we got a lot of videos to go through. We got some paperwork. We got some reactions from some people in the hip hop space. Let me be a nice guy and start off with the alleged good news. Right, this is the most recent, but then we'll get into, I guess, what you would consider the bad news, depending on who you ask. So, Academics posted something, allegedly spoke to some street niggas and got some breakdown and some news and some word on Young Thug. I'll tell you how I feel about this in a second.
I don't honestly I don't know who the fuck did. They said Roscoe, but I don't.
Now, I will say, and I'm telling you the God honest truth. The street niggas who talked to me about this, who like Thug, they said, because I hit them with that response. Well, if he said they said it's Roscoe, ain't that snitching? They said it's not snitching because Roscoe was already locked up for it. So Young Thug isn't bringing Roscoe's name into play. He's talking about the arrest of Roscoe for the shooting. I hope that makes sense. So they're saying when, and again, the way I'm really trying to be so fair and neutral because I got no horse in the race. Nobody pay me. Nobody give me nothing. I just want to be the person who could be honestly neutral and whatever. They're saying you can't look at him saying they said it's Roscoe like he's bringing Roscoe's name up. He's referring to the case that was already public on TMZ that Roscoe was arrested for it. You don't got to take it. You could say fuck that. You shouldn't have said it. It's cool. All right, let's go to the other side. The other side is saying,
I don't honestly I don't know who the fuck did. They said Roscoe, but I don't.
now I will say, and I'm telling you the God honest truth. The street niggas who talked to me about this, who like Thug, they said, because I hit them with that response. Well,
Academics, man, one of the biggest media platforms in the hip hop space. People's gonna reach out to him. His thoughts, his opinions, his narratives become a part of swaying a lot of the public, become a part of swaying a lot of fans. How will people interpret this? How will people feel? That's what's going on right now. Okay. Academics just had a little bit of a like what Whack 100 just had, where you could see the teeth pulling a little bit and like, get over here, the scorpion type of thing going on. And then he adds in the whole, I'm neutral, I'm just trying to be as fair as possible. Ack, I see you're struggling with this. Okay. Me personally, I wouldn't even want to be allowing myself to get in touch with people because whether you want to or not, that's inserting yourself into the mix. All right. The moment you start allowing these street niggas or these gangsters or people that are on, like, let's say Ralo side or Lil Baby's homies or Young Thug side, start getting to you, telling you their opinions, telling you what's right and what's wrong, and then you coming back onto stream and regurgitating that with a little bit of bias because you were on the phone hearing niggas out. You wasn't on the phone doing some more, the fuck out of here. That don't make no sense. Click, you on the phone. Okay, I understand that point of view. And then you have to bring that same energy to the stream, or else they're gonna be like, nigga, we just spoke on the phone. You wasn't talking like that. The moment you allow yourself to be pushed, I ain't gonna say told what to do, but the moment you allow yourself to be pushed like that, you putting yourself in a mix a little bit. Now, let me tell you one reason why this looks bad for whatever that person just said, right? In regards to Roscoe was already locked up. let's just do the first common sense thing. Locked up, found guilty, same thing? No. Locked up, I can still beat a charge. You know how many people get locked up and then beat a case? He was already locked up, so we're already talking about what he's locked up for. And yesterday we did this, the word cooperation, as in why the fuck would the Akademiks? See, Akademiks knows this. He just got fucked over by the people that was on his phone, and he's trying to keep the same energy, and he might be a little bit fearful. And I get it. Like, that's why you got to stay away from them niggas if you a taxpaying civilian, like you always claim to be. If they already had their man, Roscoe, allegedly for the tour bus shooting, if they already had him back to the wall, he's done, he's fried, he's cooked, or if they already had him convicted and found guilty, why would they ask the questions then? Hello, Marty McFly. Locked up is not the same as found guilty. Locked up, still collecting information, still talking to witnesses. That's a nice word. Still investigating, still out there in the streets, still trying to tap phone calls, all this type of shit. Akademiks, don't play stupid when it's time to be convenient. You're a smart guy. All right? So anyway, another reason why this is mod, whether Roscoe understands it or not, whether it was, definitely don't think it was intentional. Roscoe made it worse for Young Thug. Him coming out and saying, number one, what the definition of a snitch is if you're involved with the government, whatever. Well, we spoke about that yesterday. Check out yesterday's stream. And then he went on to say, you're supposed to go in there and say, like, yeah, we sell Lil Wayne. That's a new rule for me. I'm learning with the internet. I'm learning. Well, all right, I'm being sarcastic. What I really am doing is I'm realizing. It's a difference. Realize, like, home for me. I'm cool. But that does make it fucking worse because we get to sit back and feel like people that process, right? Right or wrong, people that process and remain objective and logical. You know what it looks like? It's like what just happened with Akademiks. We look at that Roscoe video and say, you look sent in. You look sent in. And then you have the co-founder of YSL that said something that actually matches the type of things that Roscoe was saying on stream. It looks like Young Thug is your opportunity. Allegedly, is it possible that you served your 10 as a man, you came home, and you came home to a lot of love from Young Thug, the bag? And now when it's time, when people are attacking him, you're the person that did the years. You would be one of the key people to come out and clear Thug, and you came out and you did that live. You just said the wrong things. To me, personally, anybody with eyes and ears, you kind of hurt Thug more than you helped him. I don't think that was your intention, but you just fucked up with the words that you used and the examples that you gave. All right? So Akademiks, stay off the phone with these guys. All right, because I know your intelligence doesn't really want to play in those directions. All right, but you're being forced to. You're forcing yourself to accidentally, whether you realize it or not. No, you're not being extorted. No, there's no gun to your head. But that's just what happens when you put yourself in the mix. Now you got to carry that energy to a degree. I can see it in you people. What's happening? All right, get the fuck out the mix, Akademiks. Your platform is very big. Just do your own thing. Now, the Ralo and the Young Thug specific stuff. See, one thing about being into it with Ralo, whether he's right, whether he's wrong, whether you believe that his past is totally clean, dirty, I'll say this before we bring up all that stuff. I haven't done enough homework in the past on Ralo's overall situation. I heard the sayings, I heard the rumors, I listened to the people that's gotten into it with him, but I can't get up here now and say that as it was unfolding for Ralo's people saying things about him, I read the paperwork. I listened to all the reactions. I didn't do that. Like kind of like I'm doing right now with this Young Thug situation. I'm in the middle of that media cycle. I wasn't in the middle of Ralo's media cycle. So the only point that I could really go up to is one, I know that Ralo had a big reputation. I think even a Trap Lord Ross documentary for Mr. Dog Food and everything, and how big of a deal he was streetwise. before he got taken down. After he got taken down, there was accusations. Okay. Another thing that I know about Ralo, he ain't got no picks. He's a very, very outspoken street nigga. And he don't care who you are, especially if you feel like y'all had the nerve to have energy in my direction, but look at y'all now contradicting yourself. That seems to be something that he loves to do. So I'm being neutral as far as what Ralo has to say, but he's active on this one. Let's check out some of this stuff. Ralo exposes alleged paperwork claiming Young Thug gave police information on a murder. Let me read the full caption. Ralo goes off on Baby Jada saying she owes him and Gunna an apology for pressuring them about the snitching allegations. He also exposes alleged paperwork claiming Young Thug gave information to the police about a murder case and plans to release more documents. Okay, so this says Ralo Fam Goon. Looks like his Twitter puts out a tweet saying, "Good morning. I just wanna." I got some shit that'll make Gunna wanna feel like a hey, it's a little bar there. Okay, being sarcastic. He's being funny. I just wanna tell that ugly fat B, Big Jade, she owed me and Gunna an apology for how she did us. That big B won't be able to fit them spider sweatsuits when I get done with how much shit I'm finna talk. Nothing beats a jet to Holiday. See, now I don't know who this person Big Jade is. Like I said, I wasn't all the way in the media cycle of Ralo stuff. So I'm gonna have to come up to speed on who Big Jade is and how big that relevance may be here. But all right, he puts up some paperwork. It's dated from 2023, June 2023, Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams. We know who that is. All right, motion. What is this? Comes now, Mr. Jeffrey Williams, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby files the motion. Am I on the small screen? Good, so y'all can see this with me. Let me skip down to some of the highlighted stuff. They highlight his name, Jeffrey Williams. We could read that part. That's clear. Calm down, Rob. All right, let's go to this bottom section. Based upon information and belief, the prosecution and some of its witnesses, including but not limited to Detective Quinn, may wrongly state that Mr. Hold on, may wrongly state. Is that what Doug was tweeting about? Let me make sure I don't miss important wording here. May wrongly state that Mr. Jeffrey Williams was in the back of their police car at some point and gave information on a murder case. Same is untrue. Okay, that kind of negates it, right? From what I'm reading. Now the highlighted sentence says, however, same also places Mr. Williams' character in issue by being in a locked police car and having information on a murder case. This evidence must be excluded because same is not accurate, places Mr. Williams' character at issue, and is irrelevant to the trial of the above referenced case. Supposedly, Mr. Williams was a very young man at the time of his supposed interaction with law enforcement. All right. I'm going to do my best with that one, people. I'm going to do my best with that one. Okay. The very last sentence is weird. The very last sentence that says Mr. Williams was a very young man at the time of this supposed interaction with law enforcement. Now, if this is a motion that's coming from at the time when he's incarcerated or fighting the state, and this ended up on his docket, if this is a motion from his legal side and they write at the bottom saying at the time he was young, you know, meaning that he made a mistake or something, well, you know what a mistake in the streets could equate to, right? So that last line gives some cause to pause if it's his lawyer or his legal team that wrote that. That's like giving him an excuse for what he said. But then in the beginning of the paragraph, before we get to the highlighted line, it says, based upon information and belief, prosecution and some witnesses included, but not limited to, Detective Quinn may wrongly state that Mr. Jeffrey Williams was in the back of their police car at some point and gave information on a murder case. Same is untrue. So that clears Thug right there. That clears him. Okay. Highlighted line. However, same also places Mr. Williams' character in issue by being in a locked police car and having information on a murder case. If this is once again a motion coming from his legal team, the only way I can interpret that highlighted line is saying that, you know how we look at going at a particular witness and going after their character? This would almost be my defense, my lawyer using my incredible, my non-credible character to my benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like saying, like, even if I did say something about a murder, it's not credible because I told you while I was in the back of a police car, meaning that I had incentive to tell you anything. That's the only way I could interpret this, people, because that first piece, then the highlighted line, then the closeout muddies the water for me a little bit. But I do see how Young Thug can take this right here and say, nigga, it wasn't a motion to suppress this. This was a motion to say, number one, it's untrue, and I don't want that out there. And number two, even if I was young and said something related to what you thought would have been a murder case, I wasn't I was just talking I don't know. I see how Thug could use that, but I could also see how Ralo could use that. That's the best way to close this. I could see how both of y'all want to use that. All right, let's move on. Jesus, man, it's like all these, for lack of better words, exhibits that we got to go through. All right, Young Thug speaks. Stop trying to make me one of those boys. So Young Thug is tweeting. It's too big on the internet to ignore. So yes, he's saying shit. I hope he's having just as many conversations privately as he is with tweets, because this is definitely something where you got street people around, you got people that's not involved in this. Like, let's say, for example, the little babies of the world. How about not just little baby, but baby? Like the things that he's saying about baby in some of them interrogation videos and talking about him and Lil Wayne. You know, I would want to have a conversation with baby, like, hey, man, when I was talking about your bad business or why I didn't want to fuck with you or didn't want to sign you or whatever, I was just spinning them or whatever. You need to have a private conversation with baby. And as far as Lil Baby, you know, if I'm best friends with somebody and this audio comes out and there's a tornado of question, I expect me and one of my closest friends, especially if he's standing with me on certain street code and we riding on other people like Gunna and whatnot and Kid Cudi, you know what I'm saying? He and I are going to have a private conversation. Hey, man, what's going on? Let me tell you what happened in there. Boom, boom. Let me tell you what this really is. Has to happen, right? Or else y'all are not being real to each other. But Young Thug's tweets, stop trying to make me one of those boys. Death before dishonor. This way, kids. All right. This motion got filed because the detective lied and said I made a statement in the back of a police car. Stupid. And that never, ever happened. You can pull that from that motion that we just read. There's some mixed in there, but you can pull some of what Young Thug just tweeted here from that motion. Let's keep it real. What do we got here? And it's the same motion. All right. So that's Young Thug's response to Ralo bringing that to everybody's attention. Let's move to the next exhibit in this whole tornado. Young Thug continues to tweet. See the difference between me and you. He's talking to Ralo. See the difference between me and you is, one, your friend said you didn't lie. You actually told on real people. You said that somebody actually did something that they was arrested for. I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed to try to prove to the detectives that we wasn't beefing with him. See the difference? And let's not forget, you told Fanny I would take the stand on me, or you would take the stand on me and Lucci in our case to get out of jail. Oh, I hope that's not true. Once again, I don't have all the details right now about the Ralo stuff. I would have to go all the way back in time and look at all that type of stuff. So I ain't gonna, I gotta chill. I'm just hearing them out. But there's a part in here of what Young Thug. It's like, you know how when people get in trouble, like a Shannon Sharp, and then he has to do a public statement to address his fan base and the companies and the sponsors he works for and all this type of stuff. And he's sitting there looking up in the corner, he's reading. Or when even Jay-Z, when he had those nasty allegations from the little girl come out, him and Diddy, and he put out a public statement. The Jay-Z statement, I can clearly see a lot of his own feelings and words in it, but you got to know there's also some legal approval around that statement going out, right? There's some attorney eyes on that. And Shannon Sharp, it looked like that might have come directly from either ChatGPT or his attorney. It didn't look like it was like from him because he kept looking up and allegedly reading. A time like this, the guys aren't facing legal shit. You're facing street shit and reputation and image, which can affect your career and your legacy, right? Which is very important. But who's rereading your tweets for you? That's where I'm going with that. Who's given a second approval? Because these are critical tweets, people. These are critical times. They're playing with Young Thug's whole everybody believes and he stands for and everything. His friends that may, or his industry connects, his record deals, his music, everything's being played with right now behind these allegations. These tweets become extremely visible and will be dissected, buddy. When you say the sentence, I made an honest mistake, that's not good for your tweet. I'm just being 1,000. Let's say you're being 1,000% honest here. That's not a good tweet to say I made an honest mistake. If I'm in the box and I'm rambling my mouth thinking that I'm lying or diverting, and I happen to say something that they may be able to use or try to use or corroborate some other information, and I say it as a mistake, it's still going to be a problem by street code. I don't care. It doesn't matter if it was a mistake or not. You can't tweet that right now, Young Thug. I made an honest mistake. Anyway, saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed to try to prove to detectives that we wasn't beefing with him, it's just not the right thing to say. You can't say you sold anybody you can't speak on any illegal activity. If you're a street nigga in front of detectives, you can't speak on any illegal activity, period. So very, very bad mistake that some people will always stand on that piece of the audio. Because now we're obviously past a conversation of, is the audio AI? Because Young Thug is not saying that's fake. He's answering to the audio that came out. He's giving explanation to the audio that came out. So forever, you're going to have some people that's going to say, nigga, even you are telling us that you said that. You're just giving us a reason why. And then it's going to be split forever. Ralo says, well, bitch, I lied to the feds for real. You still call Lil Baby and told him to cut me off because I wasn't right. So now you're going to have to go through what me and Gunna went through. Wow. Thug says, I tried to free my mans. You try to fry your mans. At Ralo Famgoon. Let's continue to the next internet exhibit that they're all feeding us right now. What's this? This looks like Ralo. Now that he's in the mix, he's putting up his paperwork. I believe this caption would be what Ralo said. Well, bitch, I lied to the feds for real. You still called Lil Baby and told him to cut me off because I wasn't right. So now you're going to have to go through what me and Gunna went through, and we waiting on that Gospel Out album twin. All right, this motion got filed because the detective lied and said this was Young Thug's tweet below it. Okay, so this looks like Ralo's paperwork with highlights on it. Let me try to get a little. Yeah, that's the zoomed in one for me. Let me go to the highlighted section. I do see a synopsis up there. That's important. Identity or identify alleged narcotics trafficking presented from June 6, 2017 interview under the conditions of a proffer agent from DEA. My bad, y'all. It's kind of small, a little blurry, but from DEA, Atlanta Strike Force Group, FBI and ATF Task Force, and Georgia National Guard. What is that? Counter Drug Task Force established investigation on subject regarding drug trafficking. Okay, sounds like a big deal. Details. Reference. What is that? To form the information given by Davis to be deemed. What is that word? What is that word? I can't even make that out. DEA's search of the FBI database for both subjects. It's not clear enough for me, y'all. My bad. Proffer remains unknown. Let me go to the next highlighted piece. Both stash house, drug houses was discovered abandoned. And then the last highlighted piece says, to grant Davis information to be truthful. I don't know. I don't know how to interpret this one, good or bad, people. I'm gonna be careful with that one. I got some thoughts spinning, but I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna fall back. All right, this one's a little bit clearer for me. Let me go to the highlights. Specifically, information given did not help the United States or to identify nor locate the individuals mentioned in the illegal narcotics trafficking described above. People's going to interpret that one of two ways. Either one, you gave up real information and they still couldn't find or make an arrest or whatever, or two, you gave up shitty information, which is why they couldn't find nothing. It's just going to come down to how you want to interpret that. And if you want to go the extra mile, you could say how stupid you think the detectives are. Can I tell them I'm getting my work from Kevin in India? And then they went and tracked that down and couldn't find nothing. And they went to India and started asking questions. Hey, where's Kevin? There's a million Kevins. Which one? Or are you going to say they're only going after investigation, even though they didn't come up with nothing because they got what they deem they're smart enough to have good leads, right, from an alleged witness or cooperator, right? Interpret that how you want to interpret it. The next one, FBI lacks credibility. That's not good. Let me go a sentence back. That's not highlighted because that's not good. That could be more clear. The facts in this information given from my personal observations, my training and experience in the information obtained from Davis, having read and considered through this federal criminal investigation conducted by the FBI, lacks credibility. That goes to Ralo's side. I'm trying to tell you, it's Kevin from India. That shit ain't credible. You know what I'm saying? That loans to Ralo's side when you read the whole thing. Davis stated that his plug, aka drug supplier, was dead, which led him into trafficking marijuana. Once again, if you're going to talk, what you say is critical. If I'm going to tell, if you say, well, where you getting your shit? And I say, oh, the guy's dead. That's not bad. It's not bad, people. You know? The next highlighted one. Davis refused to answer questions on or about April 17, 2019, after being found in the cargo bay of the airplane. Oh, he's hiding on the plane with the product, marijuana, on board. You're supposed to be the big dog, man. Why are you flying with the drugs, man? You got to send people to do that. Once again, I don't have enough of Ralo's whole case and all of that, but at least the highlighted stuff that we just read is playing on Ralo's side. But people be getting at him over the years. I do see that. So I don't know if there's more stuff that people's really doing that to him about and playing with his name. I don't know. I really don't know. I would answer it if I had it or if I did it back then. The only thing I watched was the Traplo Ross documentary. And then he puts up Young Thug stuff. He's pretty much trying to say that, you know,
Well.
I lied and you didn't. That's what Ralo's point has to be here.
It's a sad day in Atlanta right now We have an old homeless dude by the name of Roscoe who has lost his Section 8 apartment due to the fact he was found guilty of dick riding in the first degree. I no longer think that his sugar daddies will support his living arrangements due to the fact that the Department of Labor have cut off his unemployment check and he lost his disability benefits and he do not qualify for any social security benefits because dick riding is not a real job in the state of Georgia. So I think that y'all should join me in efforts in helping him get a GoFundMe account so he can continue to live this false lie life on Instagram. And I also need you guys' help in influencing Baby J to use Garner, amazing coach, to lose that weight because she will be back club bouncing every week in the club. Well.
That's Ralo. That's the Ralo that I know. It's shit. Wow. All right. Let's go to another clip from the Young Thug audio that people are focused. See, the thing about that 2-hour audio, like even when I covered it for the first day, I focused on the part where he mentioned Roscoe's name and the pieces where he was talking about Lil Wayne and Baby a lot. And I was just like, this stuff doesn't seem code worthy, right? I didn't watch completely the whole 2 hours, and there are pieces in the whole 2 hours that the audio isn't the greatest. You realize that there's literally people out there, like I saw Cuff Boy. Shout out to Cuff Boys. He does pretty much only like trial coverage shit for the most part. And I went to his channel yesterday. There's editors out there, there's bloggers out there, there's content creators out there that are enhancing the audio. You can tell the difference from what initially came out and started going around that people like me brought up and played, people like Trap Lord Ross played, people like Seti Nash played. And then you go to like Cuff Boys and you listen to the video, and he's an editor. He's an editor for real. Like he doesn't do any live content or nothing like that. He edits all his shit. And you can hear the difference in the audio. And then you also, not just that, you got the people that spending more time picking out every syllable of that audio because that's just what the internet does. So now there's other pieces where people are focusing and saying, wait, these 3 words right here at the 37-minute mark, what's that? You know, it's just part of it. This one says, an alleged audio of Young Thug in the interrogation room asking officers not to tell the world. I made promises. Whatever, anything you want to know in time, I'm going to tell you, but don't tell the world. All right, let's listen to it.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Promises. Make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey. I don't have your number.
Whatever.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't give it to her,
Then they say that bleep part is.
yes, sir.
That bleep part is I'm giving him his number. I keep using other examples of other things that I've followed over the years. I go to my guy Dark Low, man. I keep telling y'all, I always listen to Dark Low's music. I was listening to some of it in the gym yesterday. And shout out to him. He just came home the other week, it seemed like. But Dark Low had some verbiage in his paperwork that said, I'd be better for y'all out there than in here. Right? Leek Morris grabbed that sentence. That was one of the things he grabbed out of the paperwork, but he grabbed that sentence as well and said, that sounds like working. And he said he had a conversation with Dark Low and he asked him about that. He said Dark Low's response was, I don't remember saying that, and I don't know, but I know for sure because I know me, that wasn't no telling that I was doing, and I ain't working, right? But they always say, go by the paperwork. So Leek Moss went by the paperwork, and the paperwork said that Dark Low made a statement in there saying, I would be better for y'all out there than in here. Now, you can twist that and formulate that multiple ways. But if I'm going to go off the paperwork, that's a weird thing to read. And if I'm not hearing this audio and instead I'm reading this transcript on Young Thug's paperwork, and I get to that part and it says, listen, y'all, don't tell the world because I got promises to keep. But if you ever need information from me, just hit my line and here's my number. If I read that in the paperwork and y'all tell us to go on the paperwork, what do you do then? What is your reaction when you read that? I mean, to me, audio and video is always worse than reading it on paper, because reading it on paper sometimes loses tone, sometimes loses some of the context, sometimes loses some of the order of events and how this person was arguing and talking over me or whatever. So I think that reading the paperwork, isn't even as good as audio or video. Definitely not as good as video. But here you are with the audio. But even if you would have read it, what's your reaction? You saw the reaction to Dark Law. I'd be better. What's your reaction when you read, don't tell anybody I got promises to keep, but if you ever need any information, call my line? What's your reaction? If you're a Young Thug fan, the reaction is, I'm just spinning y'all and acting like I'm with y'all, but I'm really not. That's the Young Thug side, I guess, right? Let's move on. Let's get into some of the reactions that we're seeing on the internet, right? This one I thought was interesting for y'all to see. 21 Savage has unfollowed Young Thug after his snitching allegations. Now, mind you, if this was yesterday, he's not waiting for the continued conversation, explanation. If 21 Savage goes up to Young Thug and says, bye, nigga, that means that he feels that he's seen everything that he needs to see for his own principles, codes, morals, or what he looks at Young Thug for, and he says that's it. A year from now, additional information could come out, and 21 would have to stand that. Young Thug could come out with more explanation. 21 would have to stand that, meaning that I saw what I needed to see. That's it. All right. And let's assume that this screenshot is real, right? It's posted by my mixtape. Shout out to them. Pretty credible source. Let's see some more reactions of what's going on out there. Shout out to No Life Shaq, one of our hip hop space. Normally he does music, but I love his channel as a reactor. I think his name might have been even included in Drake's lawsuit because of the type of views and viewership that he has, because he was obviously reacting and covering the entire Drake and Kendrick battle. But anyway, you all should be familiar with this channel. He does a great job. As a matter of fact, let me scroll down and get a homie a like. I fuck with him. He's a very entertaining personality. But he said, shit, let me get off music for a second. And he went to the Young Thug audio.
Scarface. I know Scarface. See,
He's like, Birdman is an army.
Okay.
He said Cash Money is an army. I'm a one-man army. And if them niggas coming for me, I'm going out like Tony.
Gotcha. Scarface, the latest
Tony
thing in
oh, hell no! Yo! Thug! What the hell you do? Yo, this nigga in there kikiing and laughing and laughing with the nigga. Ain't no way, Thug, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way you in there breaking down them lyrics to them like you a reaction channel, nigga. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Yo, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no coming back from this one, Thug. It ain't no coming back from this one. Bro, they got you, nigga. They got the audio. They got the audio. That's you. That's nobody but you. That's you when they talking, nigga. And y'all know, I don't give a damn about none of this. But I just feel like everything, you should move the goalposts. Like if Gunna snitch, this is definitely snitching. Like what? And we ain't even got to the good part yet. We ain't even got to the part where he talking about old dude that shot up the
But he also said,
all right, let's keep moving, people. Reactions on the internet. Of course, this guy. This is heaven on earth for him, right?
So why you fan Lucy? You the man, boy. You and your crew the man. Hey, listen, I'm for the slaughter Young Thug. I got the Anton Daniels tonight. I got Big Bank Saturday. I got Say Cheese TV tomorrow. I'm finna go on a run with this here. Thanks for that alley hoop, thug. Thanks for that alley hoop. Yo, I'm finna go on a run. Say I'm coming down court behind the back. I'm finna go on a run, baby. Ooh. Say listen, I prophesied this. Right now, Say Cheese TV is looking at all this old videos. I told y'all Young Thug would go tell it. I told y'all. I'm always willing to bet with any rapper. If they keep Young Thug ass locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. They keep him 6 more months. Locked up in them conditions like that there. He'll tell to get out of jail too. He about ready to break. I told y'all, I am the new prophet. Y'all the new prophet.
Well, to be fair, I don't believe that, unless I'm missing something, that interrogation was from when he was down for the RICO. The reports were that interrogation was tied to him being under arrest from charges he caught in the Cumberland Mall, right? But anyway, either way, Charleston is going to have himself a good old time. But now let's go back to a platform that's a little bit more serious than Charleston, right? Shout out to 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake puts up a post on his story yesterday on his gram, and he puts the caption of "Gunna, yes ma'am." That's it. Thugger. Roscoe shot the bus up. Anything you want to know, I'ma tell you. Just don't tell on me. Incoming 1090 Jake video for all this Young Thug situation in 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm gonna give 1090 Jake. If I was gonna bet money, I would bet by today on a good old Friday. I'm gonna give him till Sunday morning, the latest. He's gonna have a Young Thug video up with the audio and breakdown and some additional homework. And will there be new things in it? Don't know. But that's just how his channel is. And this type of news right here, he's not going to step over, especially if he's already choosing how he feels about it by posting on his Instagram. If you ask me, this is promo leading up to his video. I'm just saying. Last but not least, as far as reaction, look at this. Like, what would inspire people to start thinking about shit like this? Look at this shit. Fans explain why Gucci Mane might be the true king of Atlanta. No snitch allegations. Ain't been robbed since 1996. Is that when he killed the dude? 80 chains going probably at 100 now. They ain't took one yet. 79 goddamn mixtapes. Perform a diss song in front of his op and live to tell his grandkids about it. Got in shape, got married, and got out of the game at the right time. Been on the straight and narrow so much they don't even think the nigga a real person. No, that's true. They thought he was a clone. And it's always timing, right? I don't care what piece of the street you in, what you're doing, right? Timing, getting out at the right time is the difference between grave or jail for millions and millions of people to be 1,000, right? Look at him there, man, looking like a clone with a 6-pack of abs and his teeth done. That ain't the Gucci we grew up on. Shout out to Gucci, man. But it's shit like this, man, in the aftermath of this Young Thug stuff. It's not done. There'll be more arguing, more tweets, more Young Thug, more Ralo, the 1090 Jakes of the world, and documentaries and Whack 100s and Trap Lord Rosses will continue to. Akademiks will continue to receive and make phone calls. It's going to continue. And you keep looking at people around, the Young Thugs as well. Like right now, a move from Gunna is huge. A statement a subliminal, a song, anything is huge. He don't need it. Gunna is up. He's been doing this fucking thing. He don't need to ride this controversy. The internet's already doing the work for Gunna. They're already saying if Gunna is a snitch for the yes ma'am, that's already, he doesn't have to say shit for the clout, for the help, for the image, or for the views. But if he says something, like you talk about kicking a man when he's down, Gunna, you can decide right now. It could be your turn. You will never see a turning of the tide like this ever within the next God knows how many. Then again, in hip hop, you just never know. But Gunna right now, that's a huge reaction. Lil Baby right now is another one. Whatever Wham say, go. Let's move on. They caught up with Rampage in the street. You know, he's a regular guy, still streaming, he's still working, he's still out and about, he's still worldly, like he should be, right? And some fans brought up his son's situation to him, and this was the reaction to it.
My name is Clinton, nigga. Stop it. Bro, y'all said Rampage. I'm Rampage's biggest fan.
What's up with the Rogers? Who is Rampage? He's like a
bro.
This boy getting
Come on.
more clout by Houston, not the girls.
Hey, respectfully,
you
shut
right.
the fuck up.
You're right. 100%.
No handshake on that.
All right, respect.
I'm a dad. Respectfully.
I know. That's what.
Respectfully, shut the fuck up.
100%.
I'm dealing with this shit. I'm dealing with this shit.
It's a dumb board. 100%, man. Respect, man. Hey. Bro, that's why I said I apologize for even coming up.
You can't make me wrong.
I apologize for even coming up to you that way.
I'm getting a lot of racist threats and shit, nigga. Come up to me, come on. I'm getting a lot of racist threats. Motherfucker talking about killing me and my whole family, nigga. Over something my son did, I ain't got nothing to do with.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, drop this shit.
Be a fighter.
Hey, bro. Drop it, bro. Drop it.
Hey, put my number in your
No, fuck that. No. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Oh, hey. No.
Some interviews you read. My apologies. And my apologies.
Let's drop. Move on. Hey, where he at?
He's right here.
Emotional moment, man. Emotionally, like you said, again, death threats. People talking about killing him and his whole family and all that. He's facing all types of racism online and whatnot. Yeah, Rampage, don't do what your son did. And I guess I don't have to say allegedly because we've seen it, which is accept an apology. Or he didn't really accept the apology, but have a man apologizing to you and then still, end up hurting the guy. That's one of them fanned out moments a little. Like, it's one thing if you're media, and you try to get off a big elephant in the room question. You're not media. You're just in the street. Rampage is in front of you. You're a little bit too fanned out. You just don't like. If I cross paths with a A-list celebrity in passing, like let's say the airport or at the mall or some shit like that, I don't ask them about their biggest contract. I don't talk to them really at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to see a big celebrity and not have any connection to them at all and just run down on them with questions, and if I do, it's not going to be like their most controversial, something like this that I'm going to bring up, so that fan that was a stupid question to ask. You're not media, that was dumb. That was a little bit groupied and fanned out. You got checked like you were supposed to, but Rampage also got to make sure he keeps control of himself, because Rampage almost looks like if dude would have said the wrong words, it could have been an issue and it would have been emotionally triggered. It's an emotional situation. So Rampage, if the world is going to be getting to you right now, stay your ass in the house right now too. But I do like the way that Rampage handled it for the most part. He checked him. He told him the severity of it. And then he gave him a bunch of opportunities. Like, don't do that. No, I'm not shaking your hand. Don't say that. Let's move on. Now, if you got a drunk, stupid fan in front of you that continues, that's where shit goes up. It's like, damn. But dealing with a lot. We have yet to hear from his son, Raja, and it really should stay like that, to be honest. He needs to just stay under a rock as things continue to develop. We don't even know if they're going to bring charges his way or not yet. So he needs to stay under a rock and let his father and people continue to help sort all this out. And the longer he can stay under a rock without being arrested, the more information that come out that may be able to play to his side. For example, we saw AJ Mana, the wrestler that was part of coordinating things, do a live stream. We went over that yesterday. Go check that out if y'all missed it. Let's move on. What do we got next? Cam. Cam shitting on his friend.
Dame got a movie called Honor Up. He's shooting it on 125th and 12th Avenue. That's how I'm about to go to Jersey. Yo, stop by the set real quick. Stop by the set, show some love real quick. All right, I'll stop by for a minute. Get over there. I'm telling everybody what's up. We freezing. I'm with Juju, mind you. Juju was my girl at the time. With Juju. Me and Juju freezing. Hey, what's up, everybody? Now go in the trailer. So we go in the trailer till Dame finish shooting the scene. Dame comes over. Yo, get Cam a fur. You in the next scene, Cam. Get a fur. Hold the fuck on. Oh shit, Juju here? Get Juju a fur. Get a fur. Both of them, they gonna put them in the nigga scene, the bissy. I said, Dame, I don't want to be in this movie. Oh, you gonna do me like that? Pause. That's what you gonna do? Word, you serious? Now the guilt trips on me. All I want you to do is one little scene. Fine, Dame, fine. It's no lines. Yo, just talk and figure it out, everybody. Just talk some shit. Just figure it out. We did this scene for this movie. We have no idea what the movie's about nothing. Dame like, yo, tomorrow I need you in peak skill. No. Dame, no. Yo, how you gonna do this scene? And I need you, man. You gonna fuck the movie up if you don't come do the scene in peak skill. That's crazy. And the next day, he calling me 6 in the morning. Yo, we shooting in 2-3 hours. Come on, get up here. I gotta go. I go to peak skill. We don't have no lines again. Yo, just talk some shit. I don't like the movie. I don't like it. That's why I ain't promote it. You know why I ain't promote it? Because I was in Dame house. I seen it 900 times. He did mad edits on the movie. Mad edits. It's Flow Money's a cop. He's locking somebody up in the shit. Then when they get to jail, he's a prisoner in the jail. Yo, what the fuck? I'm saving you by not promoting it. Shit was nasty. You my man. I ain't gonna let you go outside like that. Dame got a movie called Honor Up. He's shooting it on 125th and 12th Avenue. That's how I'm about to go to Jersey. Yo, stop by the set real quick. Stop.
Let's be clear. Cam don't really fuck with Dame. That's very, very clear to me. You have this big ass platform. You tell stories like this, and you give details like this. And you guys continue to address each other through emails and through podcast episodes. Y'all don't fuck with each other anymore, and that's totally fine, right? You guys did things together, built together opportunities, gave each other bags before and all that. It's over, all right? It's done. Let's stop fucking dancing around it. But Dame, you continue to have these situations that make you look like a bad businessman. That's bad business. Like, it's not just bad business, but trying to take advantage of somebody like that has profile. It's not just about the money. It's like you're literally lining your friend up. It's not lining him up where he can get hurt. But if you're not going to be transparent with your friends, how can they trust you? It boils down to trust. Like take me as a league on and like a high profile battle rapper. Like, let me use Big K. Yo, K, I'm throwing an event in your city in VA. You know what I'm saying? In your state. Come pull up real quick. All right, cool. My man, A, he hit me up, let me know he's around. He got an event going on, whatever. Let me go pull up, show some love. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him in a couple months. He pulls up, and I start putting a microphone on him and shit. Like the same way he said, Dame was like, yo, get him a fur, go get him and his girl a fur to get in the scene. I start putting, yo, Avo, put a microphone on K. Let's get him in the ring. K's like, yo, I ain't come to rap. No. Listen. You don't even gotta have no tailored shit. I'm gonna throw somebody in front of you. Just freestyle anything. And then I guilt trip him. Nigga, where you get your biggest bags and your biggest opponents from? Who held you down when you was down and all this? Fuck. And then he go in there, he rap, and then I set him up for it the next day too. Like, oh, but that was only one round. You gonna leave me with incomplete footage? You gonna trash the whole event now because you only did one? You gotta come do the other two now tomorrow. That's fucked up. I can't trust you. If I get phone calls like that from you, I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? And so the decline and the fall of Dame, and I feel like his fall as far as the Dame Dash that we know, because he will tell us fast, I'm good. I'm out here on a ranch, white water rafting and all that with my family. I'm good. And I hope that that's the case. I don't pray on nobody to be fucked up. I don't pray on Dame to be fucked up. But what we see continuing to happen in the public from people around him, his peers, lawsuits and everything. It's been years and years and years and years and years, and it seems like so much of it is self-inflicted. And I keep saying that about Dame. His personality just doesn't seem built to be able to carry business on his own with very strong business people because of the way he moves. Moving like this in business while you're doing a movie is not correct. You want Cam in the movie, you reach out to him as his friend, as your friend, and you get a real Cam scene, not some freestyle off the cuff. You'll throw a fur on him and set him up and abandon his trust. It don't make no fucking sense. Dame is Dame. All right, let's jump to a bunch of other quick ones real fast. Some news updates. So a lot of us, when we saw the picture of Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher in the airport, we was hoping like, oh, maybe the beef is dead. They had an opportunity to see each other on neutral grounds, and you know it's all done and dead. I mean, is it dead? I mean, Freddie's having an opportunity to speak out about it right here.
Video that came up a few weeks ago of what looked to be you and Benny the Butcher talking in an airport in Paris. Was that video recent?
I'm gonna say this. It was a video. I mean, you saw me standing there. I was in the airport. Everything that, you know, everybody tried to make out of it, that wasn't true. I didn't even really barely even said a word. I was just standing there. I saw them, was standing there. Of course, we in the French airport. What are we gonna do? I ain't going to jail over there. So y'all do y'all thing. I was like, man, the only thing I really said was, hey man, this ain't the time or the place. I just tried to keep it gangster and just, you know, I was on my way to London to meet up with him and get a bag. So I ain't about to fuck my bag up with no. A lot of this rap be on some WWF. So
there's a video that came.
I don't get into that. I ain't never even spoke to Westside Gun. You know what I mean? So I don't know where all that come from. I don't know. I didn't even really look at that. I looked at I saw people was talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, this some more fake shit. So I don't even, you know, like I said, man, you saw footage of me there in the airport, but it wasn't nothing that everybody was making it out to be. I was just standing there with my arms folded up, bro. I barely said a word. So, but then it's into that wrestling. So they do that. I don't wrestle.
When he says them niggas into that wrestling shit, I don't do that fake shit. I gotta assume he's talking about people other than Benny, because we all saw the footage of, like, you know, when he got jumped on and all that. He got jumped on even in front of his girl and everything, right? I kind of do still like his response here, and I like how he broke down as far as his actions when they crossed paths in the airport. You know, like, if you're the one that got jumped on too, I forget if there was a chain that was snatching all that type of shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But you hip hop rap motherfuckers be wanting to die over your chains, and what it means that your whole life is over if somebody gets their hands on your chains. But anyway, I forget if a chain was snatched. Yeah, the man in me, especially if I'm down, and especially if we still got issues. If I cross paths with you, I might want to do something. But the airport, out the country, you know, and on your way to a bag, the bag is probably the last part to really make you reserved. The two that should make you more reserved than the money really should be, you're out the country and, you know, airport, right? It's definitely a time and a place. It's not the right place, right? If there's not a time and a place, what type of person are you when you want to catch your op with a child, right? There's definitely a time and a place. Go ask Tony Montana. It's about to blow up the car. It says, I ain't doing it. The kids and the girl is in there. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a time and a place, even for the most gangster of gangster motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that sucks about his response here, though, is for the people like me that would love to see shit that is physical and already got violent, over, dead, done, squashed. He didn't do that here. And I'm not saying that he has to. He might feel like something happened to him that ain't healed yet, you know? But he said, you know, all I did was keep it gangster. And I barely said no. I just said this ain't the time and the place, which pretty much leaves a sentiment like we still got an issue. So we wanted to run with the opposite, but that's not what Freddie is saying. At least he didn't jump off the hinge there and say, fuck niggas when I really catch y'all outside the airport. At least hopefully there's room for it can continue to heal. You know, we don't want, because it's the type of shit where one of them guys can end up losing their lives. Like, you got to believe it. All right, let's go to Jim. So is Jim officially launching his podcast? If so, it'll be dope to see. I'll be just like Fat Joe and Jada. Just like who else? All these rappers getting everybody, all these rappers, Joe Budden, of course, he's the godfather of the shit. All these people transitioning into content, right? I'm one of them. Bye, battle rap. Hello, content. Well, battle rap still produce content, obviously. That's where majority of these subscribers on this channel came from. But you know what I mean when I say content, like especially on the podcasting side. What's up, Jim?
Welcome to the IFC. Thank you for coming to the building. The IFC is open right now. For those who don't know, the intellectual
I'm sorry.
factory of content. What?
I'm sorry. Pardon me. I apologize right now. Your voice is just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Your voice is different.
Podcast Jim voice.
You got a different voice.
Jim voice.
You got a different voice. You're not going to do this.
Podcast Jim voice is definitely different.
Was different. I never heard that voice.
Yeah.
Now that I know that the voice, it was off.
You know how the YouTube guys.
Yeah, it was a different voice.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Oh, his face.
Look, now that I know that the voice is there, I'm ready. Let's go. Welcome to the IFC.
I thought about this last night. Like, yo, bro, I don't know if this is the right idea.
They got your ass.
Welcome to the IFC. Thank you.
Shout out to Jim, man. I'm looking forward to the continued content, but that is funny. They definitely caught him. He did it. He knows he did it. But in more important Jim Jones news for him, definitely, his boy, Jim Jones welcomes home Mel Matrix. Welcome back, Mel Matrix. You deserve everything the world has to offer. Let's go get everything they owe you. Hey, Mel, don't call yourself Mel Murder anymore. Just call yourself Mel Matrix. You know, it's probably not good online considering what you just came home from and all that. This video. Oh, there's no audio to it. Okay, that's cool. I see each other. Didn't I see video or something that Jim said that he wasn't really for visiting niggas in jail? Like he just not the type of person like to go in there. So if this is his first time seeing him in person in years, either way, could understand whether or not still emotional, still dope to see. So Mel, right? He spent that time in there behind the RICO charges related to 6ix9ine, right? The 9 Trey Bloods, right? They had him listed as like a high-ranking member. I mean, he claimed what he claimed on music and everything. It's really no ignoring it. It's like saying, Jim is a blood, allegedly. No, he's been telling y'all that he's a fucking blood forever. You know what I'm saying? The Mel was no different. But wrapped up in the RICO charges and all that 6ix9ine stuff, I feel like he was sentenced, it was like 9, 10, 11. Yeah, some 12, something like that, somewhere in that frame. I would say anywhere from like 9 to 12, I think I remember. But if that was all 2017, 2018-ish, and we're here in 2025, that would mean he spent somewhere from either 6, 7, or 8 years. Somewhere between 6 and 8 years, I think he spent. Whether he caught a parole or whether the terms was, you know, now he's walking off the rest, probably on probation. I bet money is on probation. But you got a guy that's still in the industry, Jim Jones, hopefully to help provide you some come home opportunity. You got to remember these people be coming home and not everybody's set up. I be feeling like 2% of people come home to what they left behind. 2%. You know, everybody, Sue Surf, get your ass on stage. You don't know what that man got to get together. You don't know what type of money or financial situation he had to leave behind, make sure his family was good. And, you know, so the Mel Matrixes of the world are no different, but you got a Jim Jones to help you. You know, same way as Sue Surf is coming home to battle rap opportunity, people that'll hold you down. League owners is like, yo, I got you, you know, so these type of things help, you know, so shout out to Mel, shout out to Jim. Over the years, it definitely seemed that Jim held Mel down, and your boy home. There you go. There you go. All right, let's do a quick one with Cardi. This one annoyed the shit out of me.
Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today it's blonde and long. Which one is your real hair? Or are they both real?
They're wigs.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. It's a good week today then.
It's a good week today. So Cardi handled that jestfully for you. Luckily, is that the prosecutor? Gotta be. Ridiculous question. It shows how out of touch you are culturally. Shit like that scares me if I'm in court. The cultural disconnect. This is why they say, I don't want to get too deep this morning on a topic like this, but this is why people have always screamed for ages and generations. People that come from the certain neighborhood should be the ones policing the neighborhood because they understand culturally what's happening there. They understand the people. A level of disconnect of somebody culturally or even just women, like almost every Black woman in that comment section probably feels offended. But to say, yesterday you have black hair, today you have blonde hair, which one is it both or like what? Talk about disconnected, B. Talk about fuck. Yeah. And it's not relevant to the trial at all. Unless somebody was going to try to go on the angle of her credibility. You switch up a lot. You change your story a lot the same way you change your hair. What? I don't know. I know I'm reaching right there, but it's just like, why ask it? And then to be so off culturally or disconnect, like it just, what? And then look at the first day what we saw in trial with the short dude. That's the one I was laughing at because I thought she was going to stay like that through trial. I thought she was coming in there with the all the way dumbed down look. And she popped up with the big bouncy hair after that, black and blonde. I was just like, okay, Cardi's still up there like she would be on stage. I thought she was going to stay with the clean look. But the short hair look to a fucking shoulder length, you fucking idiot. Yo, I don't know what's going on out here, B. Y'all got it. Last but not least, let's give some flowers. He had his ups, his downs, his goods, his bads, his rights, his wrongs over all of these years, but his impact on the hip hop culture, on hip hop radio, on helping to break artists, on breaking records, on bringing up people for freestyle. I mean, his resume and what he's done in hip hop is, I couldn't do justice by trying to freestyle it right here with y'all. I can't. But this caught me off guard yesterday. I didn't hear no reasons why. Not everything deserves a reason, but I still want to know. Funk Flex reveals his final Hot 97 show will air on September 1st. All things come to an end. End of an era that I enjoyed very much. I super enjoyed it all. Flowers, dude. Flowers to Funk Master Flex. I'm just saying the last time I remember really, really paying attention to a big radio personality leaving, they were going somewhere else. That person was Angie Martinez. So I do want the details if there's a why, but if there's no why, it's all good. Shout out to Flex, man. You are just a major addition to the hip hop timeline. So flowers. All right. Said that. That's it. We done for today. Appreciate everybody that tuned in bright and early. We got Capo that came in at 6:04 a.m. with the brick by brick. Appreciate you, homie. 6:12, the homie Capo said to all the people whose name is white, join the green team and become family with us because we the shit. Brick by brick for it's a society. All we ask is I told y'all they were Illuminati. Nah, it's okay to be the green team, y'all. It's okay. Listen to that, man. Our trios, our member says, if we can get 150 likes, he said this to y'all, he will gift the membership. There he goes again. He said this to y'all at 6:17. I hope y'all cross that threshold for the homie. Listen to that man too. Listen to our members. Listen to our mods, man. Even certain people from the chat that's here consistently, man. Like we be trying to tell each other, you know, the energy and what we really building up over here, brick by brick, for real, for real. Speaking of our trio, I hope I don't fuck up his name. The famous actor Danny Trejo, right? I think I saw something that he passed away yesterday. Rest in peace. Danny Trejo from movies like Desperado, the guy with the knives underneath his vest and everything. Done a bunch of interviews on Vlad, told stories on Vlad, and we figure out the backstory that he really was a tapped in guy, like not just in movies. But rest in peace. I think I saw that article yesterday. Don Bean, our member, says, stay out of here if you're not with the gang. I better get with it. Don Bean also said Bush Babies come out and play. So now I understand fully what Bush Babies is. It's y'all that be hiding on these streams, not sending a like, not doing a share, not becoming members. It's all good, man. If you want to be a Bush Baby and hang out with us 6 a.m. Monday through Fridays and also morning, Saturdays and Sundays, it's all good. You still welcome. You just ain't fully gang like that, but you welcome. You know what I'm saying? You welcome. No, it's all good. And Jay says 21 Savage does still follow Thug. They're lying. I'm glad I said that at that point in the video now when I clipped that later on, which is when I said, if this is a real tweet and post. But even for it to be fake, if it's fake, Jay, look at the shit that all this Thug news is creating. It got people out here creating, Young Thug, not Young Thug, 21 Savage didn't follow him, and Lil Baby just tweeted it. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a big impact. It's a big impact on hip hop. This Young Thug shit. Okay, Jay with the big super, $10 flat. So now I even gotta look at that where I'm not sure, but like Tommy Lee and Pamela, I'm fucking on camera, more stamina than animals. Gucci is no amateur. J-Roo the damager can damage you. I'll handle you 2 girls on bike one, back one on the handlebars. So she's over there spitting classic bars. A lot of people don't even know who J-Roo the Damager is. Do y'all know who J-Roo the Damager is? You gotta be old like me to maybe know who J-Roo the Damager is. Capo says 443 watching and 111 likes. Let's balance that out. Yes, hit the like on the way out, people. Hit the like on the way out, please. Capo says shout out to the mods. Jay, you tried it. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, we also got some checks and balances members in the chat as well. I'm gonna go through that and catch up with that whole chat today. I'm a little behind, but shout out to checks and balances. All right, that's it. I'm about to jump up out of here. Almost an hour. It feels like we covered so much, but an hour and 11, not bad. Not a long stream. Miss Abby jumped out here real quick. Shout out to Miss Abby. Our member says Black Thought freestyle is the best. Black Thought is one of our premier artists in hip hop as well. So listen to her. But yeah, hour 12 minutes about, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not bad. Happy Friday. Happy payday to a lot of people. The weekend is upon us for many folks as well. Shout out to even the people like me that work on the weekends. Be safe, and more than likely I will see y'all in the morning. Being that it's Saturday, it won't be 6 a.m. but it will be early enough, right? I don't got nothing going on tonight, so I'll be up early. I wouldn't be surprised if the stream cuts on by like 7 a.m. I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe we'll just do 6 a.m. again. You never know. But I'll catch y'all bright and early. We out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.